Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss with you the question 5 of quiz 6. So for this one, you have number of people in the household are 3, 5, and 10, and you want to choose choose 2 out of those 3 with replacement. And down here, it lists all of the possible samples. And they want to know what is the probability distribution for the sample proportion of even numbers. First, I use a StatCrunch to list out all those samples. Say the first one is 3, 3, second one is 3, 5, so each row will be a sample. You don't really need the StatCrunch for any calculation here. I use it just because I find it easier to explain. So what you want is the proportion of even numbers. So let's say if this variable 3 are the proportion of even numbers. So for the first one, because the sample is 3, 3, you don't have any even number. So the proportion of even number is 0. For the second one, similarly, it's 0. The third one, because 10 is even number, so you have one even number out of 2, which gives you a 0.5. Number 4, 5, 3, both are odd number, so again 0. 5, the same. The 6, you have 5, 10, so 10 is even number, again 1 out of 2, 0.5. Number 7, you have one even number 10 here, so again proportion of even number is 0.5. Similarly for number 8. For number 9, you have 10, 10, both of which are even numbers. So the proportion of even number will be 2 out of 2, which is 1. Okay, so the variables 3 out here, you list out all the proportion of even numbers for all the samples. And then what you want is a probability distribution of even numbers. So here, for example, you have, first you want to list out all the sample proportion, and then you want to see for each of them what is the probability. So if you look at this proportion here, you have 0, 0.5, and 1. Okay, and for 0, you need to count how many samples have the even number proportion equal to 0. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 out of all 9 samples. So it's 4 out of 9. How about 0.5? You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, 4 out of 9. And for this 1, you only have 1. So that's 1 out of 9. Okay? So this part will answer the that table part of the question. In other words, this constructs the probability distribution table. Okay, you just need to fill in those numbers. And then it asks the proportion of even numbers in the population is equal or not equal to the mean of the sample proportions. And then it asks whether the proportion in the sample target the population proportion. So first you need to calculate the mean of the sample proportion. In other words, you want to calculate the mean from this probability distribution. So what you do is multiply the number in the first column with the number in the second column, and then add them all up. Okay, so the expression should be, say the first row, 0 times 4 nines, 0 times 4 nines, plus 0.5 times 4 nines. And for the third row, 1 times 1 ninth. And again, you don't really need to use the stack crunch. I use it because this could, sorry, that's Kevin. I use this because I can write the expression out clearer. So basically what you're doing is multiply the random variable value with its probability and add them all up. Okay, so this one will gives you the mean of the this random variable sample proportion. Okay, if you compute, it will give you 0.33333. Okay, so that would be your mean of the sample proportion. So you want to know whether that equals to the population proportion. So your population is 3, 5, and 10. This is your population. And the population proportion is the proportion of even numbers in your population. So you have 10 as your even number out of those 3. So that population proportion is 1/3. In other words, also equal to 0.33333. Okay, so you know that the sample proportion and the population proportion are the same, and the sample proportion target the population proportion. Okay,